Hey there, YouTube. This is a little late night review. I know I'm not dressed tonight, but I got my hat and my gloves on. Tonight's review is on the new Rainbow Six game, Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Now, I just want to first off say I have not thoroughly played all the other Rainbow Six games. I just want to say that right now before I get really into this video. I know I was talking to some guys last night, and they were real big fans of it, so this is just my point of view of the game. Now, the first game, Vegas, was very interesting. I played completely through the campaign mode. I didn't play on Xbox Live. But the campaign was phenomenal. I loved the gameplay, the story. What it really lacked, though, was the very end. At the very end, it just ends. You think, okay, man, next mission, I'm going to get that traitor son of a bitch. Let's go get him. And it cuts out. It just ends. Damn it, man. That really sucked. Now, a lot of the glory and splendor that we saw in the first game is not really seen here. We're kind of missing out on, in the first one you saw these great views of Vegas and the Strip. We're not really seeing too much of that this time. It was something that I really loved. I thought that was a great concept, a great idea. It was just fun. But it's pretty much a cut down version. I think that the game is kind of flip-flopped. The way it's developed, I'd say the second one should have been the first, and the first one could have been like the second one. So in my opinion, they kind of downgraded it. However, where there's negatives, there must always be a plus. The plus side of this is, first off, the custom. You can make a male or female character. You can have any kind of body armor. If you want him to be more mobile, so he can run quicker and move quicker, you can. Or if you want him to be like a tank and he can take a pounding, you have that option. They also said that they gave new guns and more guns than the last one. Well, they did, but it was only like a shotgun and 2 pistols and 1 new assault rifle. They didn't give you a lot in terms of variety. Another thing that they decided to do was the marksmanship, CQB, and assault abilities. Now, marksmanship is something like a long-distance kill or a headshot, that sort of thing, or someone coming down off of a rope or a ladder. CQB is shot him in the back, up close kill. It means close quarters combat. And then assault is if you kill heavily armored opponents, or if you kill shielded enemies, or if you use a grenade or any kind of explosive. And the higher you rank up, the more points you gain using these certain tactics. You will unlock more experience points, which will increase your rank, which can help unlock armors and other items, and it will also unlock new weapons. So, if you're a big heavy marksman, if you like sniper rifles, much like myself, you can upgrade. You can end up getting to the very peak, the absolute best sniper rifles. However, like I've said, this game has a lot of negatives to it, though. I just feel that it didn't have the great quality that the first one had. I just think that they created the second one off of name alone. Man I was talking to, he said that Rainbow Six 3 seemed to be the best game of the series. And although I haven't played it, I can kind of understand why. He said that there were a lot more guns, a lot more customization into the weapons, and that's something else that bothered me, is you can only have one upgrade on a gun. I don't see why that should be a big deal. I mean, you should be able to have the butt of the rifle replaced for less recoil. You can put in high power mags and then put a scope on it. I mean, these are customizations you can commonly do. I think that they should have maybe put more of like an Army of 2 process in it. In Army of 2, you're able to customize your guns to your fit. Whether you wanted a grenade launcher attachment or a shotgun or a better scope, a better rifle butt. I mean, that's something that would have been very interesting. And then also in this game, I found it several times, this to be very frustrating, is that there's no melee attack. You can only use your guns. There were times where I snuck up on an opponent and I could have just pushed him and he would have fallen over a ledge. But I couldn't do that. I had to use my guns. And I found that to be extremely frustrating. I really wish that they did not have that process on there. I think that is a waste of time. I think that was just a big mistake, is to be only gun oriented when if you check the control scheme, you can obviously see how it'd be able to be done. Something else I didn't like was the left trigger, right trigger setup. The right trigger, of course, is going to be your shoot, but left trigger, I'm always used to being your zoom. I mean, that's your shot. I mean, that's how you line your shots. And this, you have to click. I believe it's the right analog stick. I didn't like it. I just think that's kind of a waste of time. It kind of throws me off. I think some of these games, they need to start understanding that there is a universal concept of a control layout. I mean, if you want to do something new, that's always understandable. But when it comes to a first-person shooter, everyone knows the right trigger is shoot. That is what it is. That is what it's been since the PS2. I believe the PS2 was always R1. Well, in 360, it's right trigger. In the original Xbox, it was always the right trigger. That doesn't exist. So I think that that does exist in this one, but the left trigger has always been the zoom shot, and they didn't do that this one. So I found it a bit frustrating. Overall, scale of 1 to 10, I give this one 7.5. I know that's kind of upsetting. I would have given the first one an 8.5. So, a full point drop. Honestly, if you're looking for some closure with the story, I admit I'm only about halfway through, but I really have not seen too many links between the first and the second game in terms of the story. I don't know, maybe I'm just not paying attention to it. But, if you're looking for closure in the storyline, I'm not really finding it right now. And it can really throw some players off if they don't really see that connection. Some of the gameplay is kind of sad. It lags. I have run into some frame rate drops from time to time. However, I do say at least rent this game. I automatically bought it, and I'm not upset by that decision. I would have bought this game in the end anyways. But, I really do think that this game could have used some more tweaks and some more work. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, 7.5 tonight. I know that there's some new games coming out, but they've changed some procedures over at my job. So, drop some cards. So, my reviews will be coming slower in time. But do not fret, WrestleMania is this Sunday. I will be doing a quick promo before WrestleMania on Friday, and then I will be putting up my review of WrestleMania the following Monday. See you guys around.